Onesphore R lives in this block of flats on the outskirts of Frankfurt. The neighborhood is home to people from all over the world. Rwanda was described as modest, quiet, and well-integrated until his arrest in 2008 on charges of involvement in the Rwandan genocide. Lack of evidence meant he was released twice, but now he's standing trial. He used to be a member of Jost Hefner's church.
It comes as a shock when you hear such charges. He's been accused of genocide, and that's a big issue. But we can't imagine that the man we came to know was involved. You could look at it from another angle. Maybe his opponents have made the accusations because they want to get rid of him. Who knows the truth?
The church believes the defendant is innocent and welcomes the trial, which they hope will bring the truth to light. But Germany's federal prosecutor believes Rwabukombe, a Hutu and former mayor of Muvumba in northern Rwanda, is a cold-blooded murderer. They say he was one of the initiators of the genocide. He was a member of the district executive of the governing party at the time. That meant Hutu militiamen and police were answerable to him. He's charged with ordering the massacre of Tutsis who sought refuge in churches. More than 3,700 were killed.
As non-government and human rights organizations, we've often said that perpetrators who committed crimes which can be easily proven should not be allowed to live in peace in Germany. We approached the government, we wrote letters, we tried to arrange meetings, and we repeatedly made it clear that if there is a principle of universal jurisdiction, then those who violate human rights have to be prosecuted. And in that case, Germany has to be active and not simply say it didn't happen on our turf, so we have nothing to do with it.
The trial is taking place in the city of Frankfurt, and it promises to be a tough one. The prosecution has to prove that the 53-year-old Rwandan deliberately killed Tutsis on racial, religious, or ethnic grounds. It's the first time a case relating to the Rwandan genocide has been brought before a German court. And it's new territory for State Prosecutor Thomas Beck and his colleagues.
One of the greatest challenges is that we're not near the scene, as is usually the case. We're not ruling on a bank robbery or sex murder in Germany, but on something that happened in distant Rwanda in 1994, when the world was focusing on Yugoslavia, or maybe on Somalia. Not many people were interested in what was happening deep in Africa.
Now that's changed. 52 witnesses are coming from Rwanda to give testimony. The defense team is preparing its fight.
It's now a matter of looking in great detail at what truth there is to the accusations, how to evaluate the witness testimony, how credible it is. We'll hear experts and so on. It will be a standard German trial.
The federal prosecutors have been to Rwanda and believe they have a solid case. But the lawyer of a victim would have liked to see a different trial.
As far as I'm concerned, it's the second best solution. I think it's bad that it comes so late, and bad that the case is not being heard in Rwanda. I would have preferred to see him extradited, so justice could be done where the crimes were committed. And the trial could have an effect on people's lives.
But that's not going to happen. Rwabukombe was not extradited to Rwanda because it's believed he would not have been given a fair trial. So it's up to German judges to take on the job and rule on the case of a Hutu who started a new life in Germany.
When individual offenders, or people who played a leading role in the murders in Rwanda, go to live in other countries, it's our job to do our part. You could see it as our retroactive obligation, not because we are responsible for the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, but because we have an interest in stable development in many countries in Africa, especially in a country such as Rwanda.
And so Germany has become involved in the search for truth and in efforts to bring to justice those responsible for the genocide, which claimed almost 1 million lives. It's the first such trial, and there are likely to be more to come.